the service of Allah, I always have to make efforts, whether I have to hire a taxi, or whether I have to walk, or whether I have to ask any friend of mine to give me a ride. But I just have to do it because I feel very much upset whenever I am invited to do a program for the sake of Allah and I cannot do it. I really feel very much upset.
Her achievements and passion for Islam defies her imagination in building a successful life. Despite the energy and time she devotes to God, this lady will not shun her motherly duties, the core values that underpin family life. She does not only carry out domestic chores, but also interact and chat with the people she treasures most. Most of her leisure time is been spent reading the Holy Quran with her daughter Aisha. Her message to young aspiring Islamic scholars is simple: stay focused and keep reading the Holy Quran.
Just that I would like to make all of them know that it is very important to acquire Quranic education, because for to whatever education we may attain, that one will be left in this world. But when we acquire Quranic education, the Prophet of Islam said, خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلمه. The best amongst you is the one who learns the Quran and teaches it. You see, whatever we achieve in this world, which is not Islamic education, is going to be left in this world. But if with Quran, when one dies, the only questions that will be asked in the grave is about the Quran and your creator. Who is your creator? What do you know about him? What can you tell us about him when the angels interview us in our graves? Who is your prophet? In which book did you believe in? Which of course is the Holy Quran. And questions will be asked about that Quran. Which religion did you belong to? It is Islam. Tell us about Islam. And you don't know. And when we enter our graves, we cannot come out again to learn. I always remind my friends, my family, about the verse in which Allah says, Alhaakumut takasur hatta zurtumul maqabir, kalla sawfa ta'alamun, thumma kalla sawfa ta'alamun. Saying rivalry of worldly things, Allah is reminding us. Rivalry of worldly things have diverted people from the remembrance of Allah. Allah says, but wait until they visit the graves. Then they will come to know. Again, they will come to know. And when one enters the grave, there is no window or door that we can go out again to say, look, I'm going to learn now about my religion. So now that we are on earth, let us not wait until we enter into the earth, as Allah says, Minha khalaqnakum wa fiha nu'idukum wa minha nukhrijukum taratan ukhra. From the earth we created you, and into the earth we shall return you. And then out of the earth we shall come again on the day of resurrection. So now that we are on the earth, let us try to make good use of ourselves and our time by trying to search for knowledge. The Prophet of Islam said, search for knowledge from the cradle to the grave. It is never too late.
We hope to have you again and again and again on this program. Thanks for being there with us. Thank you.
Life. You're always welcome to see me. Right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back, wonderful viewers. I guess you have learned a lot from Haja Maimuna Sabi.
She is a source of inspiration to women all over the world. Not only in Gambia, but all over the world. And that also takes us to our next segment, which is the DIY. Do it yourself. And let me just keep the secret. We have a package, DIY. It's always something surprising, you know? So let's take a look at what Aissatou Dabo has for us.
Hello, good morning and welcome to another segment of the Do It Yourself show on The Breakfast Show. I am Isa Chudaba and I hope you're having a very good morning. As usual, this is the show that gives you basic tips on how to turn things you already have at home to something useful instead of throwing them in the bin or just leaving it around the house to gather dust. Now, today on the show, we're not doing flowers, we're not doing earrings, we're not doing bags, we're not doing dresses, but we're doing bangles. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take bangles that you already have and then see how best we can use a piece of material or fabric to cover the bangle. Now, most of the time you want to go out and then maybe you have a red bangle and then you want to wear another color which totally doesn't match with the color of your dress. Now, instead of buying another bangle, what you can easily do is just get a piece of fabric and then cover the bangle and make it in a very nice way. Design it the way you want and then do it the way you like it and then make it look all new. And as usual on the show, you'll need a few things before you can complete the item that you're going to make. And first of all, as I always say, my most important tool on the show, that is a pair of scissors. And you'll also need thread. You'll need needle, threaded of course, matching the color of the fabric that you're going to do, and then you're going to need a bangle. It depends on the kind of bangle that you want. It can either be a medium-sized bangle, it can be a big bangle. It depends on you. You decide what you want to do depending on what you have at home. Now, as I said earlier on, to do this you'll need a piece of material. Now, I decided to use this kind of material because I think it's not too loud, but at least it's a little dressy and it will look really nice if you were to wear this to a gala dinner or an evening event. Now, I also got this kind of fabric, which is more or less like the new African prints that are out in the market. It has some little gold on it, but fortunately for me, I was able to get a fabric that has two sides looking all nice. Now you can either decide to use this part of it, which is the brown, which has some little of white and a little color of mustard, or you could also use the other side, which has some off-white colors and then some gold prints with hibiscus flowers and other shapes on it. Now let's get started. First of all, before we start, when you finish doing the bangle, this is what it's going to look like. This is a bangle I made some time back at home about 6 or 7 months ago with an African fabric. This was the Ashobi for the Women's Bureau. I'm sure some of you might recognize this kind of fabric. So it was just a bangle like this that I turned to something like this. But this is something you can wear during the day because it's an African fabric and it's not too, I can say, dressy. But this time we're going to do something that you can wear in the evening or something you can wear at night. So let's get started. First of all, you need to get a long strip of material like this. Don't cut it to any size until you finish, because you'll find out that if you cut it to a particular size, you might go to the middle of the demonstration only to realize that the amount of fabric that you needed is actually less than what you would have needed to complete your bangle. So get as a long piece as you can. Make sure that it's something that you're able to manage. And then first of all, you fold the side like this on the inside, so when you're wrapping you'll get a fine edge. Put it on like this. Make sure you press it and it stays in place, and then you roll. Take it inside. Okay. Put it in. Make sure that this part is still folded. Take it in again and then roll. Always remember to pull it so it will fit in a very fine way, like this. So now you can see the beauty of the whole thing, because if you look on the side, you can see you have the off-white and the gold, and as you're going towards the side, the brown is starting to come out. So this gives it a twist, and then you can see the different kind of colors that you can have when you're doing your bangle. So that just makes it all interesting. So I'll advise, if you're getting any kind of material, get something that has, let's say, more than one color, so you can always wear it with not just only one dress. Because with this, you can wear it with yellow, you can wear it with white, you can wear it with brown, you can actually wear it with 5 different colors of dresses. It can be a shirt. This will actually go very, very, very well with a white